Hello and welcome back to the Bundren Lawn Care iRacing series. Today we're here for race number 4 at Hickory Speedway. And so as these drivers get prepared for the heat race number 1 here. Only 3 drivers in this one. And green flag is out early. Barrett Pulhimus leads us with Sam Brochu and Ryan Hyatt in this heat. As Barrett's going to lead lap 1. Oh, Brochu very loose down low. He saves it. Almost got into the side of the 79 there. I think he might have gotten below him, but Barrett didn't realize it. It kind of forced him down almost into the grass. Right now, lap number 3, Barrett still leads here, with Sam Brochu not too far behind. Only 6 cars entered into this race, so it looks like 3 of them are racing this heat, and then 3 of them will race the next heat. And Barrett very sideways coming out of the corner. That's going to give the 21 a bit of a chance here. And Brochu to the outside as we're halfway through this heat. And here he comes, Sam Brochu with the outside lane. Will that be the advantage? Or can Barrett hold it on down low, and Brochu gets tight, but he's still to his outside. But Barrett's going to clear. And now Brochu with the crossover. Here he comes down to the inside on the 79, and he's going to take the lead. Nope, Barrett's still fighting back on the outside. 2 laps to go. Brochu to the race lead, but here comes Barrett back underneath, but Brochu's still keeping it. Nice crossover by this 21, your points leader right now. And Barrett's into the wall behind them. That's going to allow Ryan Hyatt to pass him, as Barrett's having difficulties there. But as we come to the checker flag, it's going to be Sam Brochu winning this heat. Sam Brochu, your points leader by 14 points over, I believe, Glenn Bundren. So now we get prepared for heat race number 2. And in this heat, you've got Glenn Bundren, Max Cost, and Jack Stanley. Jack Stanley making his first start. So tonight's going to be a bit of an interesting one, as we're going to have a 40-lap feature here at Hickory Speedway. And then after that, we're going to go all the way to, I believe, the Nashville Fairgrounds and have a 120-lap race there for the season finale. Since we did not have a race last week, we got to get them both in tonight. But it looks like Max Cost is not on the racetrack, so it looks like it's just going to be between Glenn Bundren and Jack Stanley for this heat race. So as they pace around one more time here. Pace car should be coming down this time by, and here he comes. Glenn Bundren is going to lead us to the green. And it's just a 2-car race for this heat. Green flag in the air. As Glenn messes up the corner, allowing Jack Stanley to take the lead there. Of course, like I mentioned, Jack Stanley, this is his first start in the league. Running that little Lightning McQueen car. As we come to lap number 4, Glenn Bundren slowly reeling in this 95. We'll see where he goes and how he gets around. I'm not really sure how heat lineups will work, so Whoever wins this, I'm not really sure where they'll start in the feature. So we're just past halfway. Jack Stanley still leading. Into the wall a little bit there, but still keeping it straight. 3 laps to go. Glenn Bundren's right there, though, all over the back bumper. Two laps to go. Jack Stanley has led them all, but Glenn Bundren not letting him out of his sights. Little bit of a bunt there, as Glenn's looking outside. Couldn't really make anything work up there. Coming to the white flag for Jack Stanley. Here comes Glenn Bundren down low. Stanley's going to try to block it, and he will. Oh, but Stanley gets pretty tight out of turn number 2. Here comes Glenn up high. Will he try to make the run work? Will he try to cross over? It's not going to be enough. Jack Stanley's going to win Heat 2. So Jack Stanley holds off Glenn Bundren there. That's going to have him starting second in the feature. So only 5 cars for this feature, as Max Cost has not entered into the race. So maybe he'll enter into the big 120 main event at Nashville Fairgrounds. So as they go under pace laps here, see, let me pull, oh, wrong thing. Let me pull up the points, which, yeah, it is Sam Brochu leading by 14 over Glenn Bundren. Then it's Riley Marabello, Ryan Hyatt, Barrett, Polhemus. And Riley Marabello isn't here. Ryan Hyatt is here. He is 22 points back. Barrett is 28 points back. And then, of course, Glenn's second in points. He is 14 points back. And Jack Stanley, not a factor, because this is his first race. So I'm guessing Sam Brochu just elected to take the back here on the start. So we're coming to the green flag this time by. It's going to be Ryan Hyatt starting on pole now as the pace car's down pit road. And green flag's in the air here at Hickory Speedway. Ryan Hyatt's going to lead lap number 1 with Glenn Bundren behind him. Jack Stanley to the back already after starting second. This is actually a 50-lap feature. Ryan Hyatt hasn't found his way into victory lane here in one of these features. Looking to change that tonight. He's got 2 more chances. Of course, he just won the Chicagoland test race and SRL that we just held last week. We got a battle for second between Glenn Bundren and Sam Brochu. And Brochu's going to take that position, so now he's going to try to track down Ryan Hyatt here, about maybe more than half a second back. But Glenn Bundren all over his back bumper. Ooh, bit of a tap there from Glenn. We know how sensitive these back bumpers are, so bump and runs are very, very hard to do without spinning the car out in front of you. As this top 3 is just really close together right now. Now here comes Barrett down low, try to make a move underneath the 37 there, but couldn't quite get anything done. It's Glenn. Remember, this is basically for the championship battle here. He does not want to let that 21 out of his sight. As they are slowly reeling in Ryan Hyatt now. The top 4 cars pretty much under a blanket. Then it's Jack Stanley, who has fallen off about 3 seconds. So far, caution-free. Everything. We haven't had a wreck in any heat. Or all 13 laps of this feature, coming to 13 laps. So far, everything's been clean. Right now, Ryan Hyatt just keeping it about a few car lengths on Broshu right now. And Broshu has a few car lengths over Glenn, and then Glenn and Barrett are basically battling back here. Or trying to. Barrett Polhemus, your most recent feature winner. Won feature number 2 at, I can't even remember what track we were at last week. But him and Sam Brosh are the only ones in this field with a feature win, as Glenn's very loose in front of him. And then Blaze won the first feature back at USA International. Broshu went on a hot streak after that, and then Barrett won the most recent feature race. And right now, Ryan Hyatt trying to add his name to those feature winners. And trying to close in on Sam Broshu's points lead. So I tell you what, if they keep Broshu from winning this race, it could be a very, very interesting championship battle. Because even though Glenn is behind Broshu, remember Ryan Hyatt was only, I believe, 20 or 22 points back from the 21. So if he can hold on and win this race, that will be huge coming into Nashville. As Broshu has closed in just a tad bit. I don't know if he's just trying to save his stuff or waiting for Ryan Hyatt to make a mistake. Now he's all over the back bumper for that 88. As you can see. Oh, Barrett, look at Barrett sliding back there. What a shot that was. As Sam Broshu is all over the back bumper of Ryan Hyatt right now. And might be looking outside. Here he comes. Hyatt kind of squeezing him up. Trying to hold on to that position. Oh, Sam Broshu gets into the back of Ryan Hyatt. And Ryan Hyatt spins up into Barrett. That's going to bring out our first caution of the night. And that's probably going to end the 88's race there. We'll go back, see what happened. Yeah, just hard racing, and like we said time and time again, bumping someone in the just lifts their rears up so much and just causes them to spin out. We'll go on board with the 21. Just got a little bit of a better run than what the 88 had coming off that corner. It's just unfortunate circumstances. Let's see in slow motion here. See Broshu just taps the back bumper of Ryan Hyatt, sending the 88 around. And of course, car's naturally going to spin back up the racetrack. Nowhere for Barrett Polhemus to go. And Sam Broshu was given an EOL because of that, but two cars are still down pit road, so he's only going to be third, it looks like. That's really going to hurt these two. As Ryan Hyatt coming out, remember, caution laps don't matter, so he will be restarting a third. But poor Barrett, he was the furthest one back out of everybody in points. And it looks like his night's going to come to an end here. So Glenn Bundren out front now with Jack Stanley to his outside. And green flag back in the air here at Hickory Speedway. Not a good restart by that 95. So we'll see how good that 88 is. As it doesn't look too quick here. As we're halfway in this race. Glenn Bundren already with the second lead. Sam Brochu underneath for second. Trying to take it from Ryan Hyatt, and he will. So Sam Brochu up into second. Now he's going to try to chase down Glenn Bundren here. And Glenn Bundren, he hasn't won a heat race, or he hasn't won a feature race. He's looking to win here tonight. And also close that points lead that Sam Brochu has. Remember, Glenn is only 14 points back. Although he hasn't won a feature, he's been pretty consistent in the podium finishing room. And also has been pretty fast most of these races. Just hasn't been able to find the luck to get into victory lane. Right now has a second over Sam Brochu, but Brochu is catching up just a tad bit. As everybody pretty spread out right now. As Barrett is still down pit road, coming to 19 laps to go here at Hickory Speedway for our first feature race tonight. Sam Brochu slowly reeling in on this 37. So we come to 16 laps to go. Ryan Hyatt and Jack Stanley just nowhere to be seen. They're both about 3.5 seconds back. But Brochu has brought it in just about somewhere in between half a second to 6/10. So we're coming to 14 laps to go. Glenn Bundren still leading this one. And trying to hold on for his first feature win. Sorry about that. "12 laps to go. Sam Brochu has now closed into about 3/10. There's 11 laps to go. Laps are winding down, but Sam Brochu trying to close in, forced the 37 into a mistake. Ten laps to go here at Hickory Speedway. Glenn Bundren leads, but Sam Brochu right there, right on his back bumper. So this is going to impact the championship battle tremendously. Even though maybe, I don't know like what the point system is, but if Glenn can hold on here, he'll definitely gain on the 21. 8 laps to go. Sam Brochu right there, right behind Glenn Bundren. Trying to force him maybe up the track, get underneath him. He knows he's probably not going to be able to pass him up high, as Glenn Bundren is probably the toughest competition he's had. Oh, Glenn is in the wall, but he keeps it down low, blocking that 21. And Brochu very close to the back bumper. Look at the damage on the right front of the 37. Is that going to affect him? 6 laps to go. Glenn Bundren, oh, very loose and puts Broshu into the wall. Now he's got right front damage. 5 laps to go. All bets are going to be off now. Glenn Bundren just trying to park it on the inside lane right now. Not trying to let that 21 get below him. As Broshu has closed in again. Oh, bit of a bump. Trying to bump him out of the way. 3 laps to go. Glenn's still holding on to that inside lane. Broshu's looking high. As we come to 2 laps to go here at Hickory Speedway. What is Sam Broshu going to do here? He's trying to look low on that 37, but Glenn Bundren is parking the bus down there. Not trying to let that 21 get below him. Coming to the white flag this time by one more time around. Bit of contact there, and he gives Glenn a bump. And he's going to straighten him back out. They're both going again. And out of turn number 4, Glenn Bundren's going to hold on. I think Sam might have just given him that win. Didn't want to be dirty with it. So Glenn Bundren wins the feature race here at Hickory Speedway. So go back and take a look at that replay of that final lap. And yeah, I don't think Sam wanted to win that way. And just gave Glenn a bit of a bump there, spun him around, and then straightened him back up. I don't know if he just couldn't get going in time or what, but Glenn Bundren got going way quicker than that 21. And ultimately gave him the win. So we'll go into interviews. Just get rid of all this stuff on my screen. Very, very crazy finish there. So we'll talk to third place finisher first if he joins the chat. Let me tag him. If I could find him. Oops. If he doesn't come, then we'll come and give Sam or we'll talk to Jack Stanley, who finished 4th. Give him a moment here. Guess I'll talk about what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna end this video and then just go start up a new video once he gets the session up for Nashville. So I'll send another broadcast link into that. Alright, so let me pull in Sam Broshu here, since Ryan Hyatt doesn't seem to be at Discord at the moment. Actually, yeah, let me pull in Sam. Alright, Sam, so Ryan Hyatt isn't at his computer or something at the moment, so we're going to interview you. So, second place there, a bit of a little scuffle there at the end, but it looks like you straightened Glenn back out, maybe gave him the feature win after a little bit of a bump there. How do you feel about what occurred?
Yeah, no, it was an interesting race to say the least. I did not mean to get into Ryan at all. There's a big bump in 1 and 2, and when you hit the bump right, it'll kind of rotate your car. And so I had a lot of wheel into it because I was tight, and then I hit the bump on his outside, and then it just rotated me right into him. So I didn't mean to get into him, but you know, it was really fun running down Glenn and racing him a little bit. He was reading me like a book left and right. He knew I was trying to get under him because that's the only way you can pass here. And once he blocked me low out of 4, I went back up the track and he kind of stayed middle. And then because he stayed middle, it just completely botched his entry. And I wasn't expecting him to be as slow as he was. And I made contact with him and spun him. And I was like, go, Glenn. Like, I'm giving it to you. Go. Like, I didn't want to take it that way. But it was a solid race. I'm just hoping that we can have a good, long green flag run at Nashville.
All right, so you should still be holding the points lead, but Glenn is gonna probably shrink it just a tad bit. I'm not sure how the point system works, but yeah. So, anyone you would like to thank before you head on to Nashville?
Yeah, just Ryan and Glenn for not letting those wrecks get in between us. Yeah, I think that's all.
All right, thank you, and I'll see you next in a few moments here at Nashville.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll bring your winner in, which is Glenn Bundren.
Oh.
All right, Glenn. So congrats on your first feature win of the season, and this is really going to help you in the point situation because you should be closing in on Sambrosio for this final race tonight.
Yeah, I mean it helps me point wise. I think I gained 3. I Blaze those points, so I'm trying to do the math in my head, but I think I gained 3 or 4 points on them, so that helps me out pretty good. Yeah, all comes down to Nashville. I'm gonna need Sam to bobble pretty big. I appreciate Sam racing me clean there, even though he kind of lifted my tires up and kind of dumped me twice, but oh well. Yeah, just keep your head up. We got one last race in Bundy ever, so I'm not thrilled about the car count, but I mean it can be a whole lot worse. Yeah. Besides that, I guess we'll go on to if I can get money in my account, pay up the session, we can be in business. So yeah, just hang on for that. But yeah, it's pretty surreal, from what we've came from. What before this was before COVID. I'm going to give a little backstory on Bundy. Then started Bundy in late year 2019. COVID hit, and then Bundy grew to like a full car count for a whole season 2 and everything. And we made it in Max TV, and then stuff happened with the couple league owners, admins. Then Bundy kind of died a little bit, and now we're here with you guys, just chilling out.
Well, I didn't know the history about the league there. I just knew this was the final season in it. So, yeah, congrats on your feature win. Anyone you would like to thank before we head on to Nashville?
Oh yeah, want to big huge thank you to Kenneth, Charlie Bear, who else? The Harvicks, obviously they done some good stuff with us. Yeah, that's about it. You for broadcasting, Zeke for broadcasting on Max TV. Who there's I'm sure I'm missing a whole lot of people, but just a whole big thank you to who all really helped us climb the ladder, and now it's kind of I don't know, burning down if you will, but it's at least we're giving one final send off.
Yeah, all right. Congrats on your feature win, and I'll see you at Nashville.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so that's that. I was going to interview Jack Stanley, but it looks like he is out of the waiting room. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to end the video here, and then I'll start up a new one for Nashville just to get that 5 race weekend feeling since we missed last week. So give me 1 second here and I'll end it. Jack is talking in the chat. I don't know what he's gonna say. Jack Stanley got a podium. Oh, he did get a podium. Well, uh-oh. Here, let me get him in for an interview. I thought Ryan Hyatt got a podium. looking to type here. I thought Ryan Hyatt finished third, not Jack Stanley, but I would have brought Jack in here. Now I feel kind of bad. It's whatever though. He might come in, he might not. I'll give him about maybe like a few minutes here. All right, so we'll get an interview from Jack Stanley here. Jack, I am so sorry. I thought you finished fourth, but I did not realize you got a podium. So how do you feel about that? I mean, you wanted Heat 2 and a podium in your first race. How do you feel, man?
Oh my God, like, I don't know where to begin. Like, I think I pretty much just dominated the heat race, and I was really content with running 5th, 4th by the time the restart came around, but slowly but surely throughout the remainder of the run, I was gaining up on Ryan, and I was hoping to pass him cleanly on the final lap into 3 and 4 just to have like a good old short track racing battle, but I don't know if I dove it in too deep and just hooked him. Like, I feel bad for the outcome, but he's all good with it, and like how it is, it's all for fun, and I'm just happy to be here on my podium in my first race here. I'm at a loss for words, honestly, man.
All right, well, we have one more race tonight, a whole 120 laps at Nashville. Don't know if there's any heat races or not. I think there are, but I'll see you there, man.
All right, you take it easy. I'll see you there.
All right, so that was Jack Stanley. He said he might have wrecked Ryan Hyatt there. Guess we'll go back and look at that real quick. While Glenn still sets up the lobby, so we'll go back. Which I guess you can check out the new replay graphic. I mean, it's not really the best, but it's whatever. I made it myself. I'm proud of it. So here we go. This is the final lap between the 95 and 88. Yeah, it looks like Jack Stanley just kind of sent it in there, gave the 88 a little bit of a punt. And that's how he got third. So, yeah, my bad. I said Ryan Hyatt got third, but nope, it was the 95. And then Ryan Hyatt not so happy with Jack Stanley there. But yeah, in the end, it is Glenn Bundren winning the feature race here at Hickory Speedway. And like you said, he's going to gain about 3 or 4 points on Sam Brosher, which might not be enough with this car count that we have, but we'll just have to see. So thank you all for coming out here and watching this race here at Hickory Speedway. Here in about maybe 15-20 minutes, I'll have another stream up for Nashville.